How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 called Vouilly Normandy. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to Vouilly. This map is very free inspiration from the region of Normandy, France. The map includes, among other things, 195 fields to cultivate, including 94 missions, 5 wooded plots, 5 shopping areas including a lively market, orchards to grow your fruits. Take on a big challenge with your best equipment in the stone quarry. Free areas to build a brand new farm. Fences can be easily removed in landscape mode. You will be able to hear many original sounds, animals, rivers, forests. The rivers are populated with fish, certain aquatic plants are alive, the sky is sometimes invaded by birds. A mushrooms collection, you will find your harvest on sale on the Vouilly market. A complete set of new floor textures to decorate your game. Customized map for Precision Farming DLC. The easy mode of this map has been changed. It will begin with the takeover of an old farm in a complicated, impractical location and with old equipment, and therefore represent a certain challenge. Thanks to all the contributors to the Mod Hub prefab section for their models. There are mods required for this map, starting with the Fruit Productions by JM Gaming. This map was created by JM Gaming and is 463.7 megabytes to download. And if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. You start out here way in the northern portion of the map, and it's right around where the shop area and a couple of the sell points are. Field prices do vary around the map, as we can kind of see here. We have pretty expensive fields, especially for the sizes here, though. 111,000 for this practically tiny field. We got this one here, 70,000. Got 116,000. This bigger one here for almost $300,000. But I mean, it's tiny. It's not a huge field. 450,000, 210,000. So you're gonna have to really slog through to be able to purchase any of these fields. Even the grass areas here are pretty expensive for what you're getting. 87,000, you got 72,000, 169. I mean, the grass is certainly a little bit better of a price overall, but it's still going to take a little bit of time. Got a little bit of forestry here in the middle here for 178,000. Another one just a little bit further north for 238,000. You start out by owning farmlands number 88, 91, 92, and 200. 88 being a field with no product in it. 91 being a grass field, but it's not a actual grass field. You have to plow it out to be able to have a actual working grass field, but it's basically just a grass texture, but it is ready to harvest. And 92 is another field that is no product in it. And lastly, 200 is your main starting farm. Also, you cannot purchase all areas of the map. If we look up here in the north, you'll see a little sliver here where the markets are that you cannot purchase. This little sliver right here, and a couple more throughout the map is unpurchasable. Going down to animals, you do not start with any animals. Contracts are available on this map. Production chains, you don't start with any of them, and there are collectibles, 10 of them to be precise. We take a look at mods specific to this map, starting out on the buy menu, nothing for the buy menu, but under the build mode. We're going to go ahead and skip over buildings. There's nothing in here. Same thing with productions, same thing with animals, but starting here in decorations and fences, scroll all the way to the right and you'll see a lot of these fences that you can add, and they are specific to this map. Nothing under lights or others. And then lastly, under landscaping and painting, we do get a lot of additional painting swatches. Nothing under trees or plants. Well, let's go ahead and start walking around and seeing what we can see. Right here in front of me is the Vouilly market. Over here, there's actually 2 sell points here. We have one right here where you can put your products and pallets. So these are all your kind of palletized items here. And then this is kind of your grains and whatnot that can be accepted over here. Across the street, we have our shop and repair triggers. Shop trigger right here. And repair trigger right in the corner over here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and purchase or lease a truck to go around the rest of this map in, because we are quite a distance away from everything else around here. So let's go ahead and lease us this vehicle here. As you can see, it pops up over there. We're going to run over across the street just really quick, though. for a couple more points of interest. Over here, we have the purchase of fuels sell point. So it's a diesel buy point here, or a diesel sell point right here. And right here is the gas station buy point. Go back across the street, grab the truck, avoid the car, and start making our way around the map. So this map in particular doesn't have a lot of pre-placed production points, sell points. It's quite limited from what I've seen. It's got a lot of space in between, but there are a couple of very interesting features on this map. Coming up here on my left is the first of them. So right here, stop and we'll just walk down this road here. And just behind this little wall right here is our first kind of point of interest. It's not listed on the map. You have a large stone quarry, and these are the unique stones where you can actually come up to them. They actually have weight to them. Essentially, they're just big bags full of stones. So if you lift them up and you put them over a trailer or something, it'll dump out the stones. And you can see down the bottom right-hand corner the volume of which they contain stones. So each one of these have different volumes. You have 1,800 liters, 2,500, and so on and so forth. And each one of these has their own unique volume, and you can kind of tell which ones they are based on the shape and size of them. But the cool thing about that kind of a quarry is that you don't actually have to own... Oops, I gotta go this way. You don't actually have to own the land that they sit on. You can just bring up equipment and start utilizing them. They're basically just big bags just sitting around waiting to be used. So heading down further on the map, heading out east. This is definitely a very interesting layout on this map. Lots of hills, lots of twists, lots of turns. We're going to stop right here on the side. And here is the animal dealer. You can come to this location and purchase animals when you have pens and pastures placed down on the map. Currently, you do not start with any. Now, when you place down some pens and pastures along the map, you can, like I said, come here, or you can use this same icon at the pens and pastures. If you use these icons directly, you will incur an additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee, and it can get a little bit expensive. For an adult cow, it's $100 per adult cow on top of the base price. Now, you can save that money by bringing an animal trailer up to this location, clicking on this icon, and loading the animals directly into the animal trailer. Then you can take the animals trailer to the pen or pasture, wherever you have it placed down on the map, and then you load them into your pen and pasture. You save that money, you save that delivery fee, and again, depending on how many you're going to get, it can add up very, very quickly. Now, go back here, make a U-turn. And head back down the road up into this intersection just ahead of me here. Make a left, and now follow this around until we get to our next point of interest. You can see it just coming over the horizon there, the kind of buildings that are in the background. Oops, 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 oops. That's the driveway right there. You have some more of those stones that you can pick up and use right there. You're going to have some pretty beefy equipment, though, because you can check it out. You see they've got a pretty good weight to them, 2.5 tons for some of these boulders and stuff, and they get bigger with the more stones that you have. You have a lime station here, and over here you have the Manor Stones sell point. Go run back to the truck and make our way down to the next set of interests. Coming up at the bottom of this little hill right here, we have another turn. I'm going to follow this to the right. And now we're going to follow this twisting, winding road around until we get right here. this is the Watermill Market sell point, and then behind it we have the Vouilly Water Mill. This is a production point for your grain mill. You can purchase this for $96,000 and input here, output right there. Go back to the truck. Whoops. Make sure I'm looking where I'm walking instead of looking down at my notes. Now we follow this all the way down. Almost to the southern border of the map here. Oops. And we stop here at the monastery. So over here to the left, we have our production point. This is the Dairy of the Monastery of Castille. You can purchase this for $70,000. We have our output right here, input right here, and then we have additional productions. These are our fruit trees. You can purchase each one of these for $10,000 each. 4 of them here in total. Because these are unique to the map, I'll go ahead and purchase them. And you can see you can do oranges, lemons, papayas, pomegranates, mangoes, apples, apricots, and peaches. And all of them just require water. So you bring this, bring water, and this will produce all the various fruits that you want to produce. Run back to the truck, and then we'll head to the southern road. Like I said, we stopped here just before the southern portion of the map. There we go. Now, coming up at this intersection, we're going to want to make a right. Keep following this around until we get to our next point of interest, which is all the way towards the other side of the map. Up here we're going to pass by a little placeable area. And now here to my right is our next point of interest. Over here is the Vouilly Fruits Cooperative. We come over here and we can purchase this for $120,000. I'm going to go ahead and borrow a little bit of money so that we can purchase it. That'll be plenty. And here we go. We can create things such as our multi-fruit juices, apple pie, pectin, fruit jellies, apple jam, apple chips, and apple butter. So you can check out and see all the various recipes you can make for each one of these. We got our apple pie, so we got apples, butter, eggs, flour, sugar. Pectin, we have looks to be lemons and water. We have our another formula for pectin here for apples and water. We've got fruit jellies, we've got apple jams, apple chips, as well as apple butter. So very, very nice. You get a whole bunch of options right there. Oh, and input here and output right next to it. Now we'll come up to this intersection here and make a right. And now we follow this just a little ways down the road to the next point of interest. Coming up here to my right, we'll be able to see it right through those buildings right there. That is the Kings Pond Market sell point. Keep heading to the north. Just keep following this kind of outer perimeter road here until we get to our next point of interest. So just beyond this road, up here to our right, is where we're going to want to make it. Make a turn right here. Now come down this little dirt road a little ways until we get to our next point of interest. Just coming up here to the right. Now here to my right is the Vouilly Market sell point. And continuing down the road to our last point of interest, you gotta be very careful on this road because there is traffic, as you can see, and it gets very narrow. So right here, make a right. Now tucked away here is the starting farm. I'll stop right here. We have a sleep trigger right over here. And just over here, in these little garages right here, these little buildings, let's go ahead and just jump over. Whoops. Is all of our starting equipment, as you can see. And since we're here at the starting farm, let's take a look at what we start out with as starting equipment. So under the buy menu, under our owned items, under small tractors, we have a Steyr 8150 and a Buer 6105. Under medium tractors, we have a John Deere 4755. Under harvesters, a Rosselmash Nova 330. Cars, a John Deere XUV 865M. Under trailers, the Rudolph DK 280RL. The header for the Rosselmash. Under corn headers, the Ziegler Corn Champion 5R. Cultivators, a Horsch Toronto 3FX. Under power harrows, the Amazon KG 3001 Super. Seeders, the Amazon Kateya 3000 Super. Under planters, the Amazon Presea 4500 2C Super. Under fertilizer spreaders, the Amazon ZATS 3200. And under weights, the John Deere Pickup 900. And that's it. That is the entirety of the map. Now it's time to render my opinion and let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. This map, I really like it. I think that this map has a lot of potential. But, and there is a but required in this map it just feels very, very rough. There's a lot of rough edges to this one, but with a little bit of polishing, with a little bit of tweaking, I think that this map could be something very special. There's a load going on here. So there's obviously beautiful terrain, beautiful landscape going on here. It's a little bit colorful for my liking. You've got all the reds, the pinks, the blues, the purples, all these different colors that are just popping out, and it just kind of feels cartoonish in places. Other times it feels really nice because you're driving down these roads and you get these kind of solid colors of pinks and a little bit of shrubbery and bushes and stuff like that. But it's when you see these fields, off to like my left here, that's where it feels like the kind of cartoony vibe. Just doesn't feel real or accurate. And I could be wrong. I mean, it's one of those that I've never been to Normandy or to France, so I could be 100% wrong about that. But it just doesn't feel accurate. I don't know. But other than that, like I said, I think with just a little bit of polishing, this map could be very, very nice. Like I said, terrain nice, color palettes okay. Oops, trying not to run off the road. The layout of the fields are nice. You get a ton of different selections here. You get a good amount of arables, a lot of grass work that can be done here. Now, the only thing I will say about the grass work is it doesn't appear you're going to get a lot of grass work where it's going to be a part of contracts, where really it's going to be mostly arable work, where you're going to have like contract work. But doing contracts for baling and anything like that, that kind of seems like that's out the window, and you're just going to have to buy that land. You're going to have to build it up and kind of do it yourself kind of thing, which that's kind of a disappointment, not having a ton of grass fields to be able to work with for contract work. But I mean, it's not a huge deal. Like if I go into the map real quick, let's see. Oh no, I guess I'm wrong. There's quite a few fields here. I guess what I'm noticing here is the abundance of these kind of lighter green fields here that are just kind of open grass fields. But these ones here, the ones that are actually field names, there's quite a few. So, yeah, no, overall, I mean, I take back previous statement. That's actually quite a few. So no, I mean this is a very nice map, and I think it's got a lot to offer. It's going to offer some very narrow roadways, so you're not going to be able to do a huge, big equipment. You're going to have to be kind of very cautious about how you proceed, where you're going with certain bits of equipment. And you got a little bit of everything. You got a little bit of forestry work that you can do, like here off to my right. You've got arables, you got grass work. You've even got stone work, like quarry work, which I think that's really cool because it's not like a traditional stone quarry where you have to like gravel up the individual stones. Really, you get those kind of loadable uh, big bags that are in the shape of stones. You break them up over a trailer, and then you're kind of good to go at that point. I think that's kind of cool. I like that. But overall, yeah, what would I give this map? 0.5 rating. I would probably give this in its current state a 3. I think that if the map maker went in and kind of touched up some of the rough areas, and what I mean by rough areas are some of the roads seem to be very rough. There's a bunch of like rough spots where it's like hard edge portions in the road there. Maybe if there was some kind of addressing of the vibrant colors, all that kind of stuff, I think that this map would be very, very special. And really, a lot of this is going to be able to be adjusted by the individual who's playing it. Like this field here, like this is exactly what I'm talking about. You see all the different colors and all this stuff from the flowers here. I mean, you mow this out and whatnot, or you try and plant maybe a different grass texture that might be available, then that might clean it up. It might make it to where it's actually something usable. That or just create a field and plant grass in that field instead of just the kind of wild grass that you get here. So yeah, all in all, I would give this probably a 3.5 in its current state. If kind of those small adjustments were made, or at least what I envisioned to be small adjustments, I think it would be probably a 4, maybe even a 4.5. But that's what I think of it. I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show them by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. The shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.